Hello and welcome to Your World This Week, the weekly roundup for all the top news stories of the week. The top news stories this week are:
two powerful explosions at Kabul Hamid Karzai International Airport on Thursday ignited total panic in large crowd of Afghans who had gathered in the hope of catching flights out of the country following Taliban's recent takeover. One bomb went off near gate just outside the Hamid Karzai International Airport, followed by gunfire, and another bomb exploded near the Baron Hotel a short distance away. A death toll from Kabul airport blast has crossed 100 with more than 150 others wounded. Meanwhile, the Pentagon confirmed 13 US service personnel were among those killed. The global coronavirus caseload has topped 204.5 million, while the deaths have surged to more than 4.47 million. The vaccinations passed the 5.07 billion mark since the beginning of the pandemic in December 2019, according to the Johns Hopkins University. The U.S. Food and Drug Administration granted full approval to the coronavirus vaccine developed by Pfizer and BioNTech. The shot became the first one to have received the clearance in the U.S. The Food and Drug Administration had in December given emergency use authorization to the vaccine. Australian Prime Minister Scott Morrison has said that it was not sustainable to continue with the lockdowns forever and urged citizens of the country to learn to live with COVID-19 once 70 to 80% of the country's people were vaccinated. A third wave of the coronavirus pandemic in India may reach its peak around October, a committee set up by the Union Home Ministry said. The committee also warned of the lack of the pediatric facilities in case of large number of children get affected. Maharashtra reported 27 new cases of the Delta Plus variant of coronavirus, taking the tally of infections of the mutant strain to 103, the highest among all states. In Telangana, all schools, centers and other educational institutions will reopen from September 1st, citing Chief Minister K. Chandrasekhar Rao. Meanwhile, schools in Delhi will also reopen in a phased manner. Classes for Standard 9th to 12th will begin from September 1st. Classes for Standard 6th to 8th will begin from September 8th. The Islamic State terror group has claimed responsibility for Thursday's attack outside the Kabul airport in Afghanistan. In a message shared on its news agency, the group said that blast killed and wounded some 160 people, including a photo of a man it says was a suicide bomber. Meanwhile, the Taliban has condemned the bombing of civilians at Kabul airport after reports suggested that an ISIS suicide bomber was responsible for the explosion outside the Kabul airport. US President Joe Biden on Thursday has vowed that the US will carry out strikes against the group responsible for the bombings that killed a dozen Americans. To those who carried out the attack, know this, we will not forgive, Biden said in a prepared remark from the East Room of the White House. In the first trailer for Spencer, an upcoming biographical drama about Princess Diana, Hollywood actor Kristen Stewart has channeled the beloved royal with aplomb. According to Variety, the movie directed by Jackie filmmaker Pablo Larraín has been set in 1991 and takes place over the Christmas holiday as Diana and Prince Charles grapple with the decision to end their marriage. Tek Chand, who will compete in shot put, led the Indian contingent out during the opening ceremony after replacing high jumper Mariyappan Thagavelu as a flag bearer at the last minute after the latter came in close contact with COVID-positive persons during his flight to Tokyo. India is being represented by the largest ever delegation of 54 athletes in competitions spread across 12 days. During the parade of the nations in which the refugee Paralympics team entered first, Afghanistan's flag with the absent team got a massive round of applause from the media and workers in the largely empty stadium, showing solidarity with a nation in turmoil.
Hope you liked this edition of Your World This Week. We will be back next week with yet another episode of Your World This Week. Have a good day.